How many girls you in love with? How many girls you in love with? Be real.
I'm not in love, bro. I'm not in love, bro. I gotta be in love.
So why you hang out with dudes that be in love every day?
You got love for or in love with? In love with, none, bro.
Who's gonna get married first?
That guy.
I don't know. I feel like I might.
Trying to get back in good.
Nah,
I
bro.
think I'll get married first. I really love my girl, bro. You can tell who got caught up over here.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
None of that,
That's
bro.
why you smooth, bro. Smooth sailing.
Yeah. I was just trying to throw something out there to see what y'all was gonna say.
Shedeur single though. Bro, why you want to start all this, bro?
No, that's a good question. Let's just ask, bro.
I mean, it's your podcast, bro. Are you single or not?
Nah, but y'all ain't gonna pressure me to say anything.
You said nah?
I said y'all ain't gonna pressure me to say anything.
Shedeur has creative control over this.
That's funny.
He shows you the diamonds. He shows you the rolls. He shows you the grind. But there's one thing Shedeur Sanders never shows you. The person sitting next to him when the cameras go off. In a world where everyone overshares, the most valuable thing might be what you never post. And nobody plays that game better than the Browns' rookie quarterback. You've seen how fast a perfect storyline can turn into a 24/7 soap opera.
Don't get suckered into this bro, because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you're successful, you everybody's type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that, bro.
Look at Travis Hunter. 1 minute, football's unicorn. The next, every timeline is dissecting his marriage like it's a box score. He wed Leanna Lenee in May 2025. Weeks later, rumors exploded, divorce posts, settlement numbers, wild claims.
No wonder Travis Hunter's wife refused his hug at the wedding. Leanna's 3 actions after Travis's draft expose her true colors. Recently, a video from Hunter and Leanna's wedding scene quickly sparked heated discussions as soon as it was released. Surprisingly, fans generally hold a pessimistic view of this marriage and even worry about Hunter's future. In fact, some of Leanna's previous actions make it hard not to question whether her feelings for Hunter are genuine.
Fact checkers jumped in. No evidence. The internet didn't care. The conversation kept spinning. And suddenly, the headline wasn't elite two-way talent. It was what's happening at home.
Cause she's not gonna get on here and talk. She just hurt. You know, she upstairs. She been crying all day. You know, cause people trying to attack her character. Like, they don't know her. They ain't never talked to her before. So I'm gonna protect my girl. And you know, I always post those pictures when everybody get to talking. Hey, cause I be trolling. I love to troll people that be trying to troll me.
That's the cost of letting the public move into your living room. But Shedeur, he watched that storm and built a roof before the clouds formed. Quick pause. If you're into smart, no fluff breakdowns behind the headlines, hit like so this reaches more people and subscribe with notifications. New deep dives daily. Back to it. The move that turns silence into leverage. This isn't accidental. This is coaching on and off the field. Shedeur Sanders has lived inside the camera lens for decades. He's made mistakes, survived headlines, and learned the one rule that never changes. If you don't control your message, somebody else will. His whole vibe today: discipline, purpose, keep the main thing the main thing. That thinking didn't miss his son. When your father's a brand and a Hall of Famer, you inherit more than a last name. You inherit a playbook about privacy, timing, and leverage. And when the numbers hit the table, the strategy gets even clearer.
Shedeur Sanders is going to be one of the richest quarterbacks ever. Prime equity. I want you guys to understand that word, prime equity. Yesterday, I did a video about him receiving $14 million in commission from $250 million earned from his jersey sale. A lot of y'all said, cap, that's a lie.
Here's the math nobody argues with. Rookie deals are capped. Shedeur's is standard. 4 years, about $4.6 million with a roughly $447,000 signing bonus. That's good money.
When Shedeur signed his deal with the Browns, which was $4.6 million, there was a clause in his contract that was called prime equity. This clause ties into brand legacy and financial future to his on-the-field performance, allowing him to potentially benefit from the value he brings beyond just playing football. It could include things like revenue from merchandise, endorsements, and media appearances.
But compared to modern endorsements, it's a warm-up. In college, his NIL profile sat near the top of the entire sport, pulling in deals with Nike, Gatorade, Beats, Google, and more.
So this means because he came into the NFL already a brand, the NFL has to cut him a piece in order to access that. So y'all thought they were just trying to teach him a lesson because of his ego. It was because he was a brilliant business mind.
Translation: the real upside is the brand. Endorsements are trust. Trust is fragile. One messy storyline can cost 8 figures over a career.
That's why he went so late in the draft. They were trying to ruin his marketability because they knew it was worth money. And they knew whoever he signed to, he was going to put that clause in there. So they were trying to make him look like he wasn't that good. You should have just paid him. Because the things that he's about to do is going to change the entire way you see the NFL from this point on.
So ask yourself, why risk that for a cute post? And then the internet tossed gasoline on the fire with a word that sounded made to trend. Prime equity. It sounds epic. Viral posts claim Shedeur's NFL deal includes a clause that cuts him in on merch and promotions, a revenue share that flips the power dynamic.
What is it like being rich or making millions and playing in college?
It's true.
Because our whole mindset was to make it to the pros to get money.
Right.
And you guys are getting money in college. So what is that like? Like, how does that work with you and the coach? Like, do you go to practice? You got a photo shoot? Like, how does that work?
You don't really let anything get in the way of football. Like, and I realize the money that we get and all that is cool, but it's short. You know what I mean? And short in my eyes is you're going to get those NFL guaranteed contracts, them second contracts.
Bold, juicy, and unverified by the places that actually report contract details. Here's what we do know. Rookie contracts sit inside a tight box built by the CBA. Teams can add incentives, but the league has ceilings, floors, and rules. So is prime equity real? It's a great headline, a hot YouTube topic, and a talking point on blogs.
Being able to do something and change, your whole family tree, I'll say. The money now is made for you to, learn, make mistakes, all that type of stuff, understand, get a small taste of the real world and everything like that. Get, what you like and things like that, but money can never really change what your purpose is, and if it does, then that's not really your purpose.
But official reporting on his Browns contract doesn't back it. Until we see documents or league-level confirmation, treat it for what it is, speculation. Entertaining, clickable, and absolutely not the hill to build your argument on. Here's the quiet truth. Attention is a currency, and silence is compound interest. When a public figure says nothing about dating, the story can't find a spine. There's no name to stalk, no timeline to map, no comments to parse into signs. The algorithm tries to feed on the mystery, but without a handle to grab, it slides right off.
For y'all information, I'm still not on social media, so whatever y'all say,
it don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Never know. They're off. You cannot get in touch with Travis unless you text his phone.
Scroll his pages. You'll see status markers, cars, watches, tunnel fits, training clips, family moments. These are intentional. They satisfy curiosity without opening doors. No tag dinner. No anniversary post. No soft launch hand across the table. That's not an accident, that's design. The result is simple. Fans stay curious, but the narrative stays clean. Now picture the opposite. One couple picture, even a subtle one, and a clock starts ticking. Who is she? When did it start? Why wasn't she at the game? Why did she unfollow his teammate's cousin's brand? None of these questions help you win on Saturday or get reps on Sunday, but they pile up fast. Silence skips all of it. There's also a play here most people miss: refusal to react. When rumors drift in, the loudest response is often the one you don't post. No all caps denial. No messy subtweets. No, let me set the record straight, carousel. The non-response kills 80% of the life cycle because there's nothing new for people to screenshot, clip, or spin. In PR, you don't always fight a fire. Sometimes you starve it of oxygen. And yes, he'll give fans things to chew on, workouts, drops of swagger, brother energy with teammates, a rare joke from dad. That's content with guardrails. It gives you personality without giving you leverage. Parasocial bonds can form, but they don't have tools to pry open the private stuff. There's risk management in the details, too. Close friend stories leak. DMs leak. Screenshots live forever. If you never put it online, nobody can expose it later. No receipts. No revenge posting. No late-night gotcha threads that turn into a news cycle. Low exposure means low volatility. And when he does choose to speak on football, on family, on purpose, it lands harder. That's the paradox of silence. It makes every word feel premium. Scarcity drives value. In a marketplace of oversharing, restraint reads like power. Power matters most when the business side gets real. And nothing is more real than the only number the league respects, what you signed for on day 3. Day 3 is humbling. Phones buzz. Names fly by. Pics blur. The league says, here's where we think you fit for now. That's not the end of the story. That's the first chapter written in permanent ink. The rest is written in how you handle it. A 5th-round pick carries a label, and labels can stick if you let them. But labels are also something you can outwork. This is where image discipline becomes a competitive advantage. Teams measure talent, but sponsors measure trust. A clean narrative keeps doors open even while you're developing on the field. Coaches see focus. Brands see reliability. Fans see composure. That trifecta matters when you're fighting for reps and building a long runway. There's also a long game at play. Rookie contracts are slotted. You can't negotiate your way out of the math, but you can shape the context around your name while you grow. Every quiet month without drama is a brick in your reputation. Every offseason without a headline is compounding credibility. You don't negotiate the present, you negotiate the future, your second contract, your national campaigns, the phone calls that happen because you never made the wrong kind of noise. That's the chessboard. A quarterback can't just be accurate, he has to be dependable. Coaches trust a player who won't bring extra cameras into the building. Partners trust a face who won't drag them into comment section crossfire. Staying sealed on relationships says one thing to both groups, no surprises. And that matters in the small hours. Film at 5 a.m. walkthroughs that feel routine. Extra throws after everyone leaves. The game rewards boring habits. Public chaos makes boring habits harder. Privacy keeps the calendar clean, the bottle filled, the focus tight. Draft position is a snapshot, not a prophecy. You change the ending with decisions, not declarations. The easiest decision to keep making? Don't give the internet a subplot that competes with your stat line. Of course, the fastest way to write a subplot is oversharing, and the algorithm will beg you for it with flashing lights and a sugar rush of views. Oversharing is a shortcut that sends you the bill later. The first photo together hits 1 million views. The second does half that. By the third, people are already hunting for tension. Post less for a week? Trouble. Post more? Try hard. There's no way to win once your page becomes a relationship scoreboard. Here's the loop. Step 1, you share. Step 2, the audience takes ownership. Step 3, the same audience punishes you for not feeding what it now thinks it owns. That is the parasocial contract in a sentence. It feels friendly at first. It becomes a courtroom. Opinions, verdicts, sentences, faster than you think. And in that courtroom, receipts don't even have to be real. A blurry clip becomes evidence. A lyric's caption becomes a message. An untagged photo becomes proof. Even a laugh with a coworker can become caught. None of this has to be accurate to dominate a news cycle. Accuracy is slower than outrage, and outrage moves like electricity. There's another cost, bandwidth. Every rumor you clear up steals time from the only thing that makes all of this work, performance. You can spend an evening editing a response, or you can spend it recovering, studying, and sleeping. The scoreboard doesn't care how many notes app statements you posted. The financial side is colder. Brand teams keep a quiet scoreboard of their own. They log the dust-ups you're in, the noise your name attracts, the risk they take when they put you on billboards. A single ugly week can push a deal to someone with fewer views, but less volatility. To a company, predictability is sexier than drama. The check goes where the risk is boring. Finally, consider permanence. A messy post lives forever. Even after a breakup, even after an apology. even after you've grown up and moved on. Your future self has to keep explaining your past self. If that explanation eats into practice, rehab, or training, your future self is paying your current clout tax with compound interest. If chaos is expensive, mystery is a bargain, and it does something even more powerful than saving you money. It multiplies your leverage. Mystery is not absence, it's architecture. It's a choice to reveal in layers. Think of it like game tape. You never put your best plays on film in week 1. You reveal them when it matters. Privacy works the same way. You control timing. You control framing. You control what everyone else has to react to. Scarcity is the engine. When you don't show something, attention gathers around the outline. People speculate. Threads pop up. Theories multiply. Meanwhile, you keep dropping controlled, low-risk signals, wins, workouts, milestones, so the conversation keeps orbiting the part you're comfortable owning. That orbit becomes gravity. Gravity becomes a field. And inside that field, you set terms. There are subtle advantages here. Teammates talk. Friends post. Fans stitch. None of it sticks if you've never set a public standard for what your personal life should look like. There's no, they used to post every Thursday because you never posted in the first place. No pattern break. No pattern break, no scandal. Mystery also protects people who didn't sign up for your spotlight. Not everyone wants a million eyes judging a smile in slow motion. Keeping a relationship off-grid isn't just self-protection, it's respect. It's how you make real life sustainable while your public life gets loud. And if you ever decide to reveal something, an engagement, a wedding, a milestone, you can do it on your schedule, in your language, with your boundaries. You get to set expectations once and then return to the main thing. You don't have to feed the beast weekly, because you never trained it to expect weekly meals. There's a competitive edge, too. Opponents will weaponize anything that rattles you. Trash talk includes everything. When that part of your life is a blank box, there's nothing to throw. It's hard to rattle a quarterback who doesn't leave handles on his armor. Mystery isn't cold. It's mature. It says, I know what the game rewards, and I'm not giving you shortcuts to beat me. It works on the field. It works online. It works in rooms where decisions are made by people who value quiet competence over loud chaos. Which leaves one last question, the kind the internet loves and can't solve for you. So what is the silence? Is it discipline, drilled for years in a household where media is a contact sport? Is it a clean brand play, designed to keep the endorsement steady and the locker room quiet? Is it protection, for someone who didn't ask for fame but cares about the person behind the jersey? Or is it all three, layered like a game plan that only reveals itself when the defense bites? Maybe the better question is what the silence does. It keeps the main thing the main thing. It pushes energy toward the grind instead of the gossip. It turns curiosity into demand and demand into leverage. That's smart in any era, but in this one, where attention can burn your house down or light your path, that's elite. Fans won't stop asking. That's human. We want the full picture. But the best careers are built on selective disclosure, not total transparency. The strongest brands don't hand over the keys. They invite you into the lobby, offer you a look at the trophy case, and keep the family room locked. So let's put it to you. Should he keep the vault closed and let the numbers talk? Or crack the door just once on his terms and then lock it again? Drop your take in the comments. If you want more breakdowns on how athletes manage modern fame and how the smartest ones turn silence into an advantage, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Your opinion might shape the next episode. And remember, in a world that posts everything, the rarest flex is what you never show. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.